You know who made it.
What is going on, Gamble Factory? It is your boy ZROB, and we got Coach T Posey, of course, ready to talk some Sunday football slate just for the noon games, 4 o'clock games. Is mainly what we're talking here. Hopefully everything goes good. I am currently in the woods in my RV, so I'm hooked up to the satellite internet. Never streamed with it before, so hopefully everything looks great and works great. Um, do us a favor. Appreciate you guys coming in here with the after hours NFL stream. We're gonna cook up a slip. Before we get started, make sure you're subscribed. Get us to 1K. We're almost there. It would be awesome to hit that this weekend. Um, Fresh off that 5-1 slip on Thursday, man. We should have had the 25x if Christian Kirk just literally gets tackled and doesn't score that touchdown there. It's so easy. Literally got screwed on the last play for Trevor Lawrence. But we're ready to talk some Sunday football. Tyler, how are you feeling?
Uh, I'm still a little bit sick on after Thursday night. Uh, I was disappointed. I had a 5-1 card here with the stream slip, 5-1 card on my own slip, and just a lot of disappointment that night. So I'm ready to get back to it today. I'm ready to hit the 6-0 slip. I'm tired of seeing these 5-1s. We've been just so close, and
So
I'm ready
close,
to get
bro.
something right here. Yeah.
Seriously, I don't, and man, we are so due. Monday, I had a 5-1 slip, and Thursday, the stream slip obviously goes 5-1, and we had like that I posted. I think we had another 5-1, a couple 4-6s, and the 100x slip almost hit. We've been close to some big days, and I think tomorrow could be it. So your voice is like an angel. You gotta be talking about me. I never heard anybody say that about Tyler's voice.
My voice is, like smooth butter, bro.
Oh gosh. Wife is out here asking for some spare change. Man, we're about to hit this price pick slip, and you won't need any more spare change. We're gonna hit this 25x. So, um, let's go ahead and get started. Tyler, you want to go first?
Yeah, might as well. I'm going to back to my wagon, and I'm taking Desmond Ritter over passing attempts for the second week in a row. I just think, looking at what they're letting him do now, this line is again much too low. It is at 29.5, and he's hit this in pretty much every game this year. He's just kind of been a stud in terms of letting it fly. He hit this in every game but one. Excuse me, the first week he did not. But in all the other games he's hit, and they seem to be gaining a little bit more confidence in him, a little bit more trust in what he's doing. He's thrown for over 35 straight games. He's thrown in the upper 30s in 3 of those, and in 47 last week. So they trust this dude to throw the football. You go look at their opponent in the round. 30 that he needs to go over his passing attempts is just too low for what he's been doing, especially for against this defense. His odds have gone kind of up and down really throughout the day. It's been minus 120 on the under, and now it's minus 120, 125, 120 on the over. So the odds are changing up in our direction. And with that Buccaneers good run defense, I just expect the Falcons to have to pass it a little bit more. So I do like that one quite a bit.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at game logs against the Buccaneers right now. Everybody has thrown it over 37 times except for Justin Fields, who threw it 29 times. And
Yeah, and that's Justin Fields.
That's Justin Fields, so that makes sense. But even so, I don't know. I like that line a lot. I love that the odds are favored over it. A lot of teams are having to throw the ball a lot against the Buccaneers. They have a tough run defense, man. So I expect Ritter to have to keep slinging that thing. So I think that's a great prop. I'm gonna go over now with Kenneth Walker, and I'm really liking his rush yards tomorrow. Running backs to catch just 4 straight times. And I think just at the beginning of the year, they were kind of outperforming expectations. It's the beginning of the year, somewhere their opposing running back has hit this. Arizona has destroyed on the ground. Kenneth Walker should easily play 70% of the snaps, assuming there's not like an insane blowout, which like Arizona surprisingly hasn't been getting in crazy blowouts. Like they're staying competitive for most of the game so far. I I think this is a pretty easy one right here.
Yeah, that's a crazy one. I really like Kenneth Walker immediately. As soon as I seen who they played in the favorites, I went to look at his rushing attempts, and it's just way too high for me. But he can be super efficient on the ground with him. Doesn't need the rushing attempts to get to this line, especially against that garbage defense that they try out each and every week.
Yeah, and sorry guys if the stream is like lagging a little bit. Like I said, I'm in the woods right now, camping, and I'm using satellite internet, so like it may not be the best at times. So I'm really sorry. We're trying our best here though, so just bear with us.
Yeah, thanks, Jeffrey. Yeah, we're definitely exacts in the woods, so it's a little bit rough, but we're working through the best we can.
I'll be back tomorrow, guys. But we're working through it, so.
Boom. Yeah, I think for me, I think I'm going to go back and go back to Drake London. We haven't played him since week 1. Kind of let us down then, but that's been Ritter's lowest passing output of the season. You look on the books, and he's favored pretty heavily over the 3.5 reception mark, and I think I'm going to stick with his targets right now. I want to play the 4 reception bump, but you look at his targets at 7 currently, and he's gone over that in 4 of his last 5 games. He's been like the last 2 he has, but at that 7, and like I said, I think Ritter's going to have to throw it quite a bit, and so it's just kind of like a mini stack for us.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I don't think the Buccaneers are that great against, or I think they're really good against the running backs, middle of the pack against receivers. It's Ritter's looking pretty heavily towards London and towards like a mixture of his tight ends, but he's essentially focused on those 3 targets. And if I think Ritter's throwing 30 passes, and I think he has the ability to throw for 35 plus tomorrow, I don't see how in the world 7 to 8 of them don't go to Drake London as his best option.
Yeah, no, you got to think. I mean, and if London's going to hit his line, Ritter's probably going to also hit his, and then vice versa. So it's great correlation to take too. So I love it. All right, moving on. I'm going to go back to one of my wagons. I think I've said on the last 3 weeks now. I'm pretty positive about it. But that's our boy Cooper Kupp. 92.5 receiving yards. I usually been going with fantasy score, but I'm kind of liking receiving yards here. This line's just kind of criminally low, man. I think it should be at 100. He's crushed us both times this season. I mean, we can look here. He's got 118, 148 both games. They're now without their starting running back in Kyron Williams, I believe. I didn't double check that.
He's out. Yeah, he's out. He's in the IR.
That's what I was thinking. So, I mean, that probably leads to even more passing volume, and that volume is going to go to either Puka or Cooper Kupp. So, those 2 guys are racking up all kinds of targets. He has 21 targets through his first 2 weeks. He plays damn near every snap. He has a cake matchup against Pittsburgh, who's given up a ton of passing yards and has been getting shredded by wide receivers so far this year. It's a competitive game according to the books right now, so I see no reason why Los Angeles doesn't keep passing the ball, and when they pass the ball, they're looking Cooper Kupp's way. So.
Yeah, I'm with it. Anytime you can get Cooper Kupp in a great matchup like this, and it doesn't even have to be a great matchup, to be honest. It's Cooper Kupp. Like, he's just a beast. So, really, really love that. Yeah, A.B. Brown, like, the stream is lagging. Zach's in the woods currently, so we're just trying to get it out the best we can. So I'll definitely release this slip for you guys.
Yeah, we'll post it.
If you can't see it, it's just kind of hard right now with not much internet out there where he's at.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Next, for me, it's Marquise Brown over anything for me. Like it's either receptions or it's targets. I can't necessarily decide. We talked about it a little bit before stream, and I still can't decide which one I like. I think both of them are really good.
Mm-hmm.
His receptions are at 4.5. His targets are at 8. He's hit the target mark more frequently recently, but I don't. I think tomorrow in a game where you're 8-point underdogs to Seattle and you're likely playing catch up, I think this matchup is a little bit better. I don't think the Seahawks have been very good against opposing wide receivers. They've actually, ninth worst. So they've given up 90 receptions in just 5 games. So actually quite a bit, like very heavily torched through the air. They're not, what was that? Oh yeah, well over 200 yards a game, but most importantly, catches. So I think ultimately I lean catches now that I keep looking through it, go back and forth. He's minus like 135 on the books over 4.5. So I do think that is probably pretty good. I think that's probably a little bit better than targets. I don't know. I just don't want. I don't know. I really have talked myself in and out of this one. I think I played the 4.5 earlier.
I think they both hit if it's any. I mean, I put down his receptions personally, but I didn't even look at targets. I like targets too, so I think they both hit, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think you can go wrong either way. I guess that's up to you guys on what you rather play. I think we'll just put receptions in the slip. I think that's really good.
So I'm about to disappoint a lot of people. It's kind of funny because everybody just started saying no tight ends, please. No tight ends. Tight ends are banned. And you guys are right. They've cost us multiple. I think 4 or 5 25x slips in the last few weeks. But I'm about to bring up a tight end, either. I think it's his fan historically shredded, the Chargers. I mean, he hit them for 3 touchdowns in one game last year, which is absolutely crazy. If you just go based off of his like receiving yards and receptions, that's already 14.3 fantasy points, and that's not even taking into account him being able to score a touchdown. He's like minus 135, I believe, on the books to score a touchdown. He sees a ton of targets. He's like 8+ targets every single game, over 10 against.
This man YFS is killing you with the tight ends.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what my deal is with tight ends. I just have to do it.
That you might have brought up in the past, as in he's certainly a little different than Jake Ferguson. / I don't know who else you've lost to, but Hayden Hurst most likely.
Hayden Hurst?
Gosh. Yeah, I figured it was Hayden Hurst. He's cost me a couple slips as well. Not as many as you, especially not the 25x fully, but yeah, it's kind of brutal.
But I think this is what we're going to go with. That's our 6, right?
Yeah, that's a good 6. I think a couple people have mentioned Lamar pass attempts as a lock in the chat. I love that one too. Just kind of, I've already played it in another slip, so I didn't bring it up tonight.
Lamar's pass attempts against the Lions. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that they'll touch the Lions on the ground. They can't. Yeah, and I do think Lamar passes a little bit more. I think Lamar's line is at 28.5 on the books, like favored pretty significantly over. So I think Prizepicks just went ahead and bumped it, trying to get ahead of the books.
That's a good one. Somebody's bringing up Hurts pass attempts. I think it's a good one too, but we usually save the Sunday night games for our Sunday night football stream. So we try and just leave that for later on, just so we're not like doubling up on props for that game.
Yeah, exactly. He said I'm stuck. I'm going to have to fade Kelsey. Dude, if you're going to fade Kelsey, just put Lamar Jackson pass attempts in there. It's really good.
Yeah, I mean, you're not forced to play anything that we play. That's what's awesome. You guys can decide on yourself list that I almost consider bringing up on a stream, so I'll probably play him in a slip later. You cut out, pick what for Kelsey? Lamar Jackson's pass attempts is what Tyler said.
Yeah, that's probably my next prop. It just didn't make my top 3.
And then Dilly Daggers, just so you know, it's half-point PPR on Underdog, so that's why he has a lower fantasy score. So that's just something to take in consideration. But
I slip in.
Like we usually try and do and answer questions. I'm sorry about lagging, guys. Wanted to get this out, get a stream out for you guys still. Get you a slip out. We've been close, man. I feel like it's coming soon. So this is what we're going to go with. I'm going to wait till after stream to take it, so hopefully it doesn't get bumped. If you don't mind, pass attempts over 29.5. Kenneth Walker over 79.5 rush yards. Drake London, 7 receiving targets. That's over. Cooper Kupp over 92.5 receiving yards. Marquise Brown over 4.5 receptions. And the man himself, our tight end prop of the day, Travis Kelce over 17 fantasy score. I might have to pull that Trevor and go 5 again. Hey, whatever works for you, man. I saw so many people cash out like 5 or 10x or 25x because they replaced like the Trevor prop because it got bumped. I was super happy for you guys. I want to see you guys make money. So Dylan Cook.
Yeah, it was cool.
Dylan Cook asked, "Who do I think is a lock for a touchdown?" I mean, I have to say Travis Kelce.
I feel like I have to just say that. His fantasy score.
Yeah, take his fantasy. But I think we're gonna get out of here, guys. We'll be back probably around. Are you good to stream tomorrow, Tyler?
Yeah, I should be good tomorrow night. We have basketball practice, but I'll get done, and I'll be out plenty of time.
Awesome. So we should be live around 6, and it's the Dolphins and the Eagles too. You already know we are going to be hammering that game. So that's going to be a live stream, a live stream. It shouldn't be any lagging. I'll be back out of the woods tomorrow. Tyler, any last words?
No, I think it's time, man. I'm just gonna say it's time. I'm not gonna say for what. I think we all know what it's time for.
That's right.
That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, guys, we're getting out of here. Appreciate you coming in, hopping in the late night stream. Sorry it's not real long tonight, and sorry for the lag again. We'll be back tomorrow. Do us a favor, like, and make sure you subscribe before we leave. Peace.